Hello, Deb. So this is your call. Go on and introduce yourself, honey, and tell these people what we're trying to talk about up in here today. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on my wretched soul.
Okay, y'all got two officially 60 and 60 plus people trying to figure out technology.
Right?
And so we all in the same boat. We challenges. It's some young people, and this is second nature to you. God bless you. That's not us. Okay. But the occasion for this call, first of all, I'm Debra, the founder creator of 60 plus Black Women Expat, here with Charlotte Van Home of Black Expats in Panama, who has the Cultural Relocation Tour. And the whole purpose of this call, the title was Over 60 and Moving Abroad. As you know, we had our first summit and meetup and cultural relocation tour in 2023, April 5th through the 19th. And it was 20 of the sisters, and they had a fantastic time. In fact, 6 of them have already become Panama residents. That's how many questions and things were answered. Well, we're doing it again and even bigger this time. And so I have Charlotte Van Horn on because, of course, it's going to be with Charlotte Van Horn Tours. She is Miss Panama. She has the connections. You had 20 Black women and all of them pleased. And y'all know it's not easy to please a sister. It's just not, because we are picky. And we got the premier picky running the show. So I'm going to turn it over to Charlotte. And if you're watching this in the future, because it's being recorded, we'll be answering questions. Just pay attention. A lot of it's going to be answered here today.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Deb. And thank you for wanting to return to Panama. So excited to have you guys back. You were our BEIP tour number 18. We are now about to start our tour number 30. So we've had a little bit of practice even since you guys were here. Some things have changed, some things, lots of improvements and add-ons and value. And so I was happy when you wanted to come back because, of course, I love the sisters. And plus, I am now officially in the 60 plus club. But I am Charlotte Van Horn, CEO and founder of Black Expats in Panama. And we host cultural relocation tours 9 months out the year to Panama. In this case, this tour will be during a month when we do not host a tour to Panama, which is January 2025. The tour is going to be January 5th, starting the 5th and ending on the 12th. And so the cultural relocation tour is 7 days. Yes, 7 days. It's 7 days. That's going to be a nice little stretch. For those of you that have come on the tour before, you know that we get it in. Typically the tour is from the 1st through the 5th. So we get, your first night is your professional night. We have a reception dinner. We stay at the lovely Tourist Stay Alba in El Cangrejo section of Panama City. We have our reception dinner. We have the professionals come. We have a lawyer, a realtor, a moving company, insurance broker, and a doctor, our favorite Dr. Duncan, where everybody just all of a sudden gets a fever when they meet him. And so we had that on the first night. On the second day, you get your swag bag and everything that night, and just some marching orders. We don't keep you up real late or anything like that, and try to end out the evening kind of early because a lot of people have been traveling since very early that day. So day 2 is the city tour. We will take you to see areas in and around Panama City, places to live. The idea is to give you a sense of where places are in the city so that when you hear people talk about San Francisco, Costa del Este, Brisas del Gulf Norte, Panama Pacifica, then you just kind of you can have a visual as to where those places are. We do not take you to see rental spots on this tour. That's not what we do. It is not even feasible to attempt to take large groups through individual rental properties. It's not what we do. Don't expect that. If you want to see rental properties, you can make time after or before the tour. The recommendation would be to do it after the tour, because you will know at that point what areas you like. You'll have an idea as to how much it costs to live there. You'll be able to see some of the views from some of these areas, see what the amenities are like in new buildings. We have real estate specialists that are with us on both of our real estate tour days. We have a sales specialist, and then we have a rental specialist. So whatever information you're after, we're going to make sure that we provide that to you, especially for those who have close time marks for, relocation. If you're looking to relocate within 3 months of coming on the tour, then absolutely, you want to see some rental spaces. Then, if you're just the looky-loo, we really recommend that you look at publications of rents that are available, places that are available for rent. You will have already seen the basic area, and you will, because the places that you see for rent will not be available a year from now. So that's just not the way that we operate at Black Expats in Panama. And we never want to be seen as the organization that just brings people through, showing, other people's house or whatever. So that's what we do. You will also so we'll see city places, we'll see suburb places. This is our city suburb day. Then at the end, we head over to the JW Marriott, and there's a place there called La Vespa. It's an Italian restaurant who created a drink for Black expats in Panama, and we named it the Sankofa. One of our guests, Charlotte Watkins, actually gave us the name Sankofa, and Sankofa is going back to get what we left behind. You know what I mean? And I feel like Black expats, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So it's perfect. So we end the day there. Typically, on the typical relocation tour, we would have our Cultural Caribbean Day next. Our famous Cultural Caribbean Day is when we go to Cologne, to scary old Cologne, where everybody told you not to go. It's the best day of the tour. But we're going to switch it up, just for the 60 plus Black women expats. Instead of going to Cologne on that next day, we're going to go to Coronado area. We're going to go down to the Pacific side and see like some beachfront living in the Coronado area of Panama. Everybody's heard of Coronado. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna have our work days, one right after the other, the city and suburb day, and then the Coronado day. Because the next day, we're going to head out to Cologne. We're going to go to Cologne. We're going to have our Cultural Caribbean Day. It is our turn up day. It is a day of relaxation, culture, fellowship. We invite other people that are in town, the women that came on the previous tour, can join us on this cultural day. It is like old school on the bus. We get to go and get wet in the beach. We get to go get our feet in some sand and some nice, clear, beautiful water. January is my favorite month for weather here in Panama. So it's typically, sunshine and sunny skies and beautiful. So we see the Black Christ that day. We see and learn about the Congo Congo culture and folklore dancing. We have an amazing lunch at a Black-owned restaurant, which we go on our city day to a Black-owned restaurant too, Afro Caribbean restaurant called La Tapa del Coco. And it's just an amazing day. We're gone all day long, but here's the kicker. When we get back to the hotel, we get to go and rest up. And instead of having to get up real early, the next day we can wake at our leisure, have our all-inclusive breakfast and everything at that hotel at the Torres State Alba. And then we are going to head to the Westin Playa Bonita. The Westin Playa Bonita is an all-inclusive resort by Marriott here in Panama, not too far outside of Panama City. It's on the beach. We will have premium accommodations, which means that we will be able to partake in the exclusive restaurants there. Of course, all you can eat and drink, the best of alcohol and things like that. And all of us will have an ocean view. So we will all have an ocean view room. We will get to relax. That's going to be the relaxation, the vacation part. So this is like a hybrid. It's like a hybrid. Yes, it's like a hybrid of relocation vacation. I think that we have thrown in a spa credit for the ladies, where they have a lovely spa. It's called the Sensory Spa at the Westin Playa Bonita resort, and they can use that there. And we will have a tour to the Panama Canal and Casco Viejo. And just, if you want to get with the realtor or, different things like that, you kind of have more leisure. And we'll spend, what are we doing, 3 nights at the Playa Bonita, and then we head back home. But by then, you've seen so much of Panama. You've made so many new friends. You've met the professionals. You will have a better idea as to whether or not Panama might be a place for you, and you'll have new family and friends forever. I said what I said.
And you said it so well. And that's why I'm so excited about it. And this is the first rollout and announcement, and she'll tell you what the deposit and payment plan is. We both, when we decided to do this, we wanted the ladies to have 6 months.
We can tell them that now, because this is a limited space.
Yes.
And you want to go ahead and book. To book your tour, it's $500. It is $19.50 per person, and it just needs to be paid in full 30 days prior to the beginning of the tour. So you would have until December 5th to pay the rest. There is a single occupancy option on here, and I think that option might be $300 or something. I'd have to double check on that when I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, that's kind of in the ballpark. Okay. But I just want to mention, when Charlotte was crunching the numbers, it was a higher figure, and she just would not give up. And so when she actually posted the registration, and I had already told 2 women that called and said, I'm in. They didn't even know what the cost was, but they knew it would be reasonable. Okay, and so then she posted, and it's less. Yeah. So I really appreciate that, because we're going with somebody whose tours were sold out. And then we were the first group tour, all from 60 plus and friends of 60 plus. And they were a little nervous, because they're like, well, this is the first time we did a majority, all women, all Black women, and all one group. And they were nervous, and we were blown away. And so we showered them with love, because most of those women are savvy travelers, and they know when they're getting their money's worth. And they were just blown away by every little detail that was thought of and prepared for. And some of the women have had discussion with me. I've had 6 calls already. So don't wait. Even though you have that time to pay it off, you need to book as soon as possible, because there is a set number. We're not going to take so many people that she couldn't do it right. And that's just the way she does it. Okay.
Yeah, and we don't ever want it to not be an intimate, situation. And, this is also a time that we've been talking about passports. If you don't have your passport, you have time. Get your passport and just be prepared to do some different things. Going and scouting other countries is definitely a way to find out whether it's something that you want to do. One thing about Panama, especially if you're coming as a senior and you're coming as a woman, There are so many Black expats here in Panama, you know, that when you come, you're just embraced immediately. You know, we have monthly events. You know, we have like 3 standing monthly events that give you a chance to learn Spanish with other Black expats and Panamanians. We have a standing event that is a Welcome Wednesday where you get to meet people passing through. We have a standing event for businesses, people that want to do business here. And it's just a lot of support. So when you come, you're not alone. And I know, Deb, that you want to, like, you're working on like what do you call it? The co-living?
Yeah. And so that's something we get to sit down and explore, because the term I've learned is called solo aging. And that's where and that's something. And there's a Black doctor that's you interviewed her, the one that's doing her thesis on yes, aging Black women. And then there's another woman, Elizabeth White, that's actually had like a grant, like to do co-living type stuff in the States. But that topic always comes up, and that's something that we're making progress into looking toward that, because even though most of the people that are going to be on this trip either are exploring living abroad, and as they age, they understand the importance of community. Like she said, in Panama, you're going to land with a Black community there. That's saying a lot when you're going to pick up and move. You want to, at our age, we're not in business setting where you go to work and you're going to meet everybody at work. You're at home. So there needs to be a community that already has activities set up that you can plug into. And we call that a soft landing, when you land and there's a community already established that has events and things like that. And the sharing of information of the service people who have already been vetted. You just have no idea how valuable that is unless you've ever lived abroad and were plopped down and had to find all that on your own.
Well, and also, Deb, one thing that I want to say is that Black women over 60 is definitely the majority. I feel a majority of the people that come on our tour. The people that move here. Like, I had one brother here, and he was like, "Why are there so many, like, you know, women here, like by themselves?" And I say, because we are trailblazers. Trailblazers. I think that we, as women, have been, you know, caregivers. We've been, you know, mothers. We've spent our whole life considering other people. And fortunately for us, a lot of us 60 and over, we're at that point where it's like, we love you. We really do. However, I need to do this for me. And to be 60 something and making new friends and learning a new language and learning a new culture and seeing new things every day, learning how to ride the beautiful metro system that they have here. Like, they have the largest mall in Central America is here in Panama. You know, you get to see the Panama Canal, all of the wonders, all of the Black culture, you know, and then to be in a place where everyone comes and speaks to you in Spanish.
Yes.
You look just like a Panamanian.
Yes, to be in the company of a country where the people are brown. There's shades of brown. So you're not othered and you don't stand out. Now, you may be othered as when you start talking, they go, "Oh, that's a gringo," or whatever. and that's it lovingly. That's not an offense. They're glad you're there and pouring into their economy. And so what I liked about the first trip, and I'm sure with most of your tours, you're going to have the savvy travelers that have been to several countries. You're going to have the ones that have been to one or two. You're going to have the ones that want to make a move and are looking for that place they're going to retire, or ones that are snowbirds, where they're looking for a place where they're going to have residency that they can come and go as they please. And so you have the whole gamut of sisters there, and they're sharing the information. And that's the whole idea behind the creation of 60 Plus. And then to plug it in with Charlotte, who's just checking all the boxes for us, because we got to check those boxes. Is there affordable, accessible healthcare? Is there community in place? What's the dominant language? And are there English speakers that are there and can go with me on appointment and answer questions? Just the immigration specialists, the real estate, because you can't go into these foreign countries and decide you're going to just talk to a Spanish person and buy some real estate and find out it's tribal property and it wasn't for sale or whatever. So you're meeting vetted professionals, and you cannot put a value on that.
Yeah. And you can't put a value on the relationships that you build from the door, and we set up our tours so that, everyone refers to themselves as BEIP tour number so-and-so, BEIP tour number 26. We're family. BEIP tour number 26. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
what tour were we? What tour were we?
You were 18. You were 18.
Okay. Oh, I like that number. Nice round number.
You were 18.
Wow.
Like BEIP tour number 26 was dope. And I mean, all of our tours are dope. But
they are.
Number 26, that group is probably one of the most proactive groups that we've ever seen. And
wow.
Let me say this. They have an advantage, though. The groups now that we're almost at 30, it's a big difference, Deb, in group number 1. Group number 1, it's like we really couldn't see it. I mean, I'm saying not even as far as the tour. Of course, the tour has evolved and expanded and gotten better and everything like that. But I think we've been good from the beginning. But here's the thing. You're talking about now people looking at Black people doing this for over 3 years now. So now we're much more savvy when we come on these tours. A lot of times people come on these tours, they're bringing their background check, they're getting their residency while they're here, they're booking their apartments while they're here, they're putting down deposits on places they want to buy while they're here because they've done all this preparation. So now, the people that came on the first tours, they were the real pioneers. So now we've opened up the door for people to get more comfortable doing this, because it's just not what our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers did.
No, it's not. We getting going from Texas to California was the big thing. That was the big move.
Yes.
Now we're global.
In the car. You went
as far as you could go in the car.
In the bag.
That's it. You brought lunch with you, and when you got there, you slept on a pallet.
Yes.
But you went. But that's what this tour is doing. For us, it's Black people, and this tour in particular, Black women, but her tours in general, Black people. It's like each one reach one, and because a lot of times when you bring it up in the States, people still look at you like, why you want to leave? Where you going? Ain't no place better than you, and you don't get that positive feedback and nurturing. Everybody on this group thinks like you. We're venturing out. We're seeing what's out there. We've already decided we want to be somewhere. We just need the information, check the boxes off to decide which place. And a lot of people, I'm jealous because 26 is beating 18, because I know out of 20 of us, 6 of us applied for got their residency already. So that's more than a third. Got the residency and moved. Already got, and a lot of them, and this was brought up in some of the questions I got beforehand, after the tour, you're free to stay another week or two or whatever and follow up on all those connections that you make. The tour is over. You know, you got to get out of there, but you ain't got to get out of Panama.
Exactly.
And so a
Exactly.
lot of the ladies shared, especially the ones from the last group, which I'll be interviewing going forward, or just have them posting what all they got out of it. And but they list the places that they stayed, extended stay, where they could follow up on that. And then because now it's only a 2-hour flight, which that wasn't the case last year, from Panama to Ecuador, some of them are killing two birds with one stone. You know, they're finishing up, they're going to stay a couple of weeks there, then they're going to take a 2-hour flight into Manta and see what I'm all excited about. And I'm like, okay, but I'm getting my Panama residency
I
too,
want to come
because I
too.
have, and
I
there's a
want to
lot
get
of
out there.
Ecuadorians that have I know of 3 that have relocated to Panama that were in Ecuador for years. And so now that we're that close, you just have more choices.
You can come back and forth. And then the other thing is that for every Black Expats in Panama Cultural Relocation Tour, we have Zoom calls. So we have at least 2 Zoom calls before you come. You get to see who you're traveling with. You get to answer any questions that you have. We are available here for you. And not only that, all of the professionals that I mentioned are not only available for you to meet on that first night, but they're available for you prior to your coming, during your stay, and after. So
Wow.
you don't
I
have to
didn't know
be
that.
here. Yes, you do not have to be here. If you need to connect with our realtors in advance or our moving company in advance, they're all here. They're here expecting your visit, you know, and when you get to Panama, and that is one way that we're being proactive, so you can get some things done before you get here. You know, people consult with our doctor, Dr. Duncan, prior to coming. They want to know, is my medication there? You know, Dr.
That's right.
can
That's
ask
so
those
important.
questions. Yes, is my medication there? And then you want to ask, can I buy it over the counter? Because in Panama, there's a lot of things that we can buy over the counter. Can I buy it over the counter? What is the cost of it over the counter? Does it come in the milligrams that my prescription is in? So you might find some differences in that. So if you have a prescription that's 50 milligrams and they only sell it in 25 milligrams here, whatever price you get, you need to consider that you're going to have to double that. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about buying it over the counter. I've
had that. That's a personal experience
yes.
of some things that had to be a different generic, or had to be a different dosage where I had to double it, or sometimes triple it, because like B12 injections, you know, they have 2 milligram sizes and dosage sizes. So
yeah. So
but then it's over the counter here, where it's prescription in the States. B12 injections are over the counter. So it's the particulars like that you need to be able to speak to someone that's in the know.
I get it over the counter here too. I get B12.
And see, in the States, it's still by prescription in the States.
Oh, okay.
A supplement, yeah.
You can get a lot of stuff. You can get a lot of stuff over the counter, and just learning what the cost of things are. Taking a relocation tour. I think my tour is amazing, but I think that there are other tours that are good too. And I just think that taking a relocation tour is proactive and smart. Proactive and smart, because you may be able to go to a place and, wing it and just see what's happening, see what expats you can meet up with. But one thing to remember about expat experiences is that they're all individual. Just like you just said something about your personal experience with milligrams and medication and things like that. All of our experiences are individual, and it's sometimes you're talking to people and they can only speak to their personal experience, where you really need to be talking to an attorney that can speak to you about the law, and how that really works, because it makes a difference. And to be able to have vetted professionals at your fingertips, as opposed to, can anybody refer a doctor, a dentist, to know that you have an organization working for you who is only going to provide you with vetted professionals, to know that you are supporting a Black-owned, operated company here in Panama. And not only that, to know that you are with a company that did its due diligence. We are a fully licensed tour operator in Panama. And I challenge you to ask every tour professional that wants to take you on tours if they are fully licensed tour operator in Panama. We did the work.
That's right. So some people would not tell you that. They would just say, oh, I can do that. I can do it cheaper and quicker.
Yes. And when you
no recourse if they can't follow through. That's just lip service.
You're just out there. And if you go to a place to check it out, that's one thing. When you go to a place to check it out for the possibility of relocation, that's something different. That's two different visits. I'm not talking about when you go to a place and you're going to see what's happening. Is it beautiful? What the resources are? It's different than going to see what's the healthcare like.
Yes.
If I wanted to stay here, what would it take for me to be a resident? If I wanted to stay here, where could I afford to live? What is the history of that location that I think is so beautiful? What does it look like at night? You said
it. It's beautiful in the day, but the music is so loud at night. That kind of stuff.
The tourist visit and the person that's looking for relocation options, two different things.
Two different worlds.
Don't get it twisted. Don't waste your money. Thinking that you're going to look at a place for possible relocation and you're going there as a tourist. This tour is special in that we get to go to the resort, and that is just a special thing for this tour because typically it's all work. Really, it's all relocation work with the exception of our cultural Caribbean Day in Cologne, because we take care of business. We have a hell of a lot of fun, but we make sure when you leave, you are educated.
You have so much, and you had so much fun collecting it, because it is so frustrated to, and I know firsthand when I scouted out Puerto Vallarta, and I did some prep work. I had a medical liaison that had set up appointments, but it was a whole different thing to go to each of those alone and try to create relationships rather than ride with a bunch of ladies over to the facility and you're introduced to the people who had already been vetted. That's a whole different life. And that's why I wanted to do it. We could have done a tour meetup or summit or whatever, but the 60 plus, we are looking for that type of information. If we can get that type of information in a fun setting, like making all this work a whole lot of fun, then that's what we're going to do. So it's just cost effective because it would take you 3 weeks to get cards from people. And then now you got to ask people, have you used them before? Yeah. And I know firsthand, knowing that the people I let in to do work here, I live by myself, me and the dog. I know they've been vetted. I can feel safe opening the door and having these men come in and work in my house.
Very important.
And they are held responsible for every expat, so they wanted your service to be glowing because they know we talk as a community. If I felt like his price wasn't right or I felt like his work was shoddy, we go see it. Exactly. And he gonna stop getting business. So they come knowing the expectations that Americans have, and that's saying a lot. That they've been referred by us
and
to us.
For Black expats in Panama, we take that very seriously. And at the end of the day, if we refer someone to you and they're not performing up to your expectations, you have recourse. Because you need to holler at me, let me know. And believe me, it will be straightened out. We do not play that. However, comma, if you just come into town and you just found this great place on Avenue de Balboa for like $1,000 less than everybody else is paying. So you decide to go with some dude or girl on the internet,
Go make you a deal. Go cut you a deal.
Nothing we could do with that. But we stand by and behind every professional that we recommend to you. So that's basically it.
That peace of mind,
Mm-hmm.
that you have recourse.
Yes, I'm here. So if there's no questions, do you have anything else to add? Because we can, you can always ask later. I think that what we'll do is, maybe we can put this question in this information video online on our YouTube channels.
Yes.
And I think that everybody will get a lot out of this, and of course I'll just have a ball having you guys. Absolutely. I love my sisters.
Yes, she does. And she showed it. And we loved on her and the whole group of professionals that she put together. And they were so excited to see us. And they were so excited to pamper us at every stage, whether we were being served food or we were being entertained with dancing or somebody was giving us information. You're just not used to that. You're not used to it. You don't get that on tours. And so I'm really excited, and I'm saying, don't wait. And the registration the link will be in the group. The link will be in the group. If you don't find it, let me know. I'll send it to you, but the link will be in the group. All the phone numbers of who to call if you have questions about the registration are right there. And I think that's it. I'm so excited, Charlotte.
Miss Ella told me I already been on the tour. I was on 28. Girl, I know who you are. Hey, Miss Ella. Yes. She was amazing. It was so nice to have Miss Ella on the tour. It's good to see you here. Just tell everybody what an amazing time you had. And I encourage all of the 60+ sisters to come with your tribe. That's
yes.
Come with your tribe. It just adds to the uniqueness and beauty of the experience.
Yeah. And they were like excited to see me. I'm like, I'm excited to see y'all the VIPs. Y'all the VIPs.
Absolutely.
That's right. Thank you so much, because we had some technical difficulties getting on, but we made it. It's live. I got it on my phone so I can see it's being recorded live, so they can play it back.
Yes.
We don't give up. See, we just work it through. No, Charlotte don't give up. She's the one with the talent. But
we getting it in, and we are recording it. So if people missed it, yep, I am recording. So if people missed it, it will be available later. And of course, you guys have any questions, just post them in the group, and we will get to them. So go on and book your tickets today.
That's it.
Okay.
Love you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Debra. Bye, everybody.